But the what I like about it is just the oh, actually I shouldn't say it because even though the comic was published 30 years ago, I guess I shouldn't potentially
spoilers, Philip.
It's also incredibly difficult to find. It's not like
that's fair. Well, it's on Marvel Unlimited. It's easy. It's I really enjoy
and in your local library.
That's true.
You say that about Star Trek too. I'll talk about like a 25-year-old episode, and they're like spoilers. It's like that's not my fault.
I guess what I'll say is I enjoy the way that I mean I feel a little bad for Kratos or whatever, but like I do enjoy the way that they sort of deal with you know, Satal Keto or whatever, Alima Keto, Satal's her brother. This sort of the and I love how the Mandalore is just like wait, why aren't you letting me go do this? And Ulic's like, man, just like stay here. You're not. No, that's not what's happening. Just calm down. I really find that amusing. Hi everyone, we are live, by the way, players. I should have mentioned that.
Very live.
We're
hi everyone.
live.
We're just debating Star Wars comics from the early 90s.
Yeah, which is just hell of a time. You know, this is a comic game, so that's why we're talking about Star Wars stuff.
In which bitter enemies unite to form a Sith Empire with a arm grab because a ghost told them to.
It really, there is a thing where the two guys do a full
fantastic.
Is it like
it is literally like Predator. It is it is exactly that pose with the bulging biceps.
It's really good. Hi everyone, my name is Philip. Welcome to Templeflight issue number 10. That's Templeflight X. I'm the publisher of this game, because comic books. And surrounding me are a bunch of the heroes of TOPFLIGHT. At least those who know it. You see, TOPFLIGHT has gone into the astral plane, and they sort of forgot who they were temporarily, but now many of them remember who they are, but not all, such as Saint and Grant.
Only knows
or
justice.
Saint would argue that Saint and Grant are the only ones that are really level-headed and understanding of what's going on in here, and everyone else has lost their flipping
I would
mind.
concur with that.
A super fair point. I'm going to accept it, and I'm going to say let's put that into the game. Got a few things to talk about, got a few announcements and all that sort of stuff here. So let's see. The main thing, I guess I'll just kind of jump into this, because it's sort of what's going on. So Templeflight, I don't know how many issues this has left. This could be the last issue of Templeflight, of the Templeflight miniseries. We might need to go to 11, which my like anal retentive mind can't handle having it end on an 11. I need it to be a 10 or a 12. We'll see.
Well, our group is so. How would you expect this group to not be extreme enough to go to 11, though?
I guess 11 is a significant enough number, but we'll see. The point is, this miniseries is going to end when it makes sense to end, so it could be tonight, could be a couple, but it won't be more than 12, I'll tell you that much, because 3 weeks from tonight, on May the 2nd, just 2 days early, I did announce this last night as well, but both Sunday and Monday nights, due to player interest, we'll be traveling to a long time ago and a long time ago, respectively, in a galaxy far away. We're going back to some Star Wars nonsense. We did it for Smuggler's Reverse a few last summer, basically, with Smuggler's Reverse, and we're kind of in roughly the same time spot. We are starting up another, but this time there's 2 of them, because I like Star Wars a lot, because I'm still trying to recapture my childhood.
Yeah, baby.
So, gonna be a lot of fun there. We'll sort of say more about those games. I haven't actually said what they're called. Maybe I'll announce that. Maybe I'll say that now. That could be a fun thing to just sort of throw in here. Our Sunday night game is called Luminous Beings. Our Monday night game is called Crude Matter. And Star Wars fans will get I'm being a little playful, where I'm like, I'm using like the same quote to name the different things. Our Sunday game deals with sort of mysteries of the Force and takes place about 5,000 years before the movies. Our Monday game has a bit more of a horrific, sort of gothic bent to it, and will be taking place around 1,000 years before the movies. So we're super, yes.
So then what lighting color am I going to be using for this game?
I think that's going to determine entirely on your point of view.
Red.
Right?
No question.
Purple.
Red.
But from my perspective, the Jedi are evil.
But from my perspective, the Jedi are evil. Oh,
Even
man.
With that perspective, all their sabers and shit are red, so I think it's okay.
I would just say it is the color of the blood of most species, but not all. I suppose we need to look up whatever species you're playing, what color their blood is, and then put that as that.
Yeah, that's fair.
That bodes well.
I know that Deveronians, for example, I think we're going to have a Deveronian in one of the games. Deveronians have silver blood, which is why they're so resistant to various things, which is pretty rad. In any event, so these are going to be some really fun games. I'm super excited about those. So that'll be on Sundays will be Luminous Beings. Mondays will be Crude Matter, which sounds like it's going to be like a raunchy teen comedy. So yeah, that's gonna be super fun. We'll have more info about those games and everything, and I'm super excited because I really like Star Warps. Now let's talk a little bit about Templeflight. I sort of alluded it to here, but TOPFLIGHT, in an effort to reset the timeline, and kind of like sort of make up for sort of the trouble that's happened. Not make up for, well, maybe according to Armament, some of them do need to make up for things. But basically,
I'm just saying that it wouldn't be here in the first place if someone hadn't done something.
There we go. So the group sort of having already just been it's just been one crazy turn after the next for these guys, having been pulled onto TOPFLIGHT when the original TOPFLIGHT team was killed shockingly, and then Synth Devil had pulled them there, and then all these crazy machinations, and they go this place. They got all entangled with Captain Eldridge, aka Dustin Howell, wound up in the world of shadows trying to rescue the heart of Nightheart. All sorts of wild stuff. The point being, Our group have now entered the astral plane in the past, trying to prevent the timeline from being altered by one Tatiana Temple. They have gone on a long and arduous quest across a strange, fantastic landscape. They have forgotten and remembered who they are, in some cases multiple times. They have, some of them have fought off the advances of every lady in town. They have taken out a nutcracker sent from the Department of Lost Gifts, which is no small feat. When the nutcracker was going to activate his self-destruct, he did say, "Frosta la vista, baby."
I did read the recap, but I
couldn't. That's the best my life will be, and it all will be downhill from there, and has been since then. So yeah, some super fun stuff. In any event, our group, now V remembers herself, Armament remembers himself, Teleportia remembers herself, Nightheart. Did he have a... roll a reality check for me real quick, Armament. Just throw one up there.
That's a reality. That's a +7. That's a 7. That's an epic. That's... I
didn't even roll it, but the Oldling knows who he is too. So basically, Oldling.
I wasted such a good roll now.
I know. Well, yeah, but so basically, Hideki and Nightheart and Whisper and Teleportia, they all know who they are. The helpful devils seem to have already. Candymane, I can't even remember if Candymane...
She blinked out before...
Candymane blinked out, and then I think she did return. Well, let's look at the... I don't remember.
Guys, a lot happens. It's hard to remember.
Candymane did blink away, but she would have returned. Roll another reality. I sort of had you make them for everyone in Grant and Saint. It didn't quite go high enough.
That's only a 4.
A 4. So we'll say that Candymane is still a little confused, and just making various puns about candy and presents for some reason. But so with so much of the group sort of knowing what's going on, and no potential problems from the fact that Saint, with her giant gun that is also now a mace, and Grant, who's dragging what remains of a motorcycle behind him, no possible problem from the fact that they think something's wrong with everybody else. Our group is sort of rushing down into the depths of the castle once called Pogia to face Tatiana Temple and hopefully reset the timeline.
The castle formerly known as Pogia?
Well, it's like ruins, you know. Yeah, exactly. So with all that being said and done, and now remembered in my mind, let us discuss a prologue. Option 1. Quarket's Lab, 2005.
Okay.
Option 2. Thaddeus Bacon's Tower of the Mystic, 1959.
I vote for Lagak.
Understood. I vote present.
No,
So, recap.
I'm going Bacon.
Quarket's Lab, 2005, so that's a 2. So we have 2 for 2. T for 2. 2 as well. That is, so 2 wins. What were you going to vote for, Armament?
I don't know. I haven't figured it out yet. We'll never know.
We go now
Pissed at me, Dad.
to the Tower of the Mystic. Year 1959. The place just this side of reality. They had weird things like that, you know, like little caption boxes. The newly anointed Captain Eldritch, Thaddeus Bacon, reads yet another arcane tome. He's trying to summon something. What? Help! I'm telling you the captions. He tosses another book down and says, "Oh, pish posh. For whatever reason, I'm not able to find a proper familiar. and I know I can't be too reckless with this endeavor. If I am, it's possible I'll wind up with some arcane abomination. All bold, you know, like yeah. Oh. Well, here's a strange incantation. I can't recall seeing this in any of my books before. How curious. Well, I suppose it's worth a try, provided I don't misuse this new power eldritch. Then there's like a little star that's like, to see how Thaddeus Bacon became Captain Eldritch, read Mysterious Journeys into the Mystical Journey, issue 206. I guess I should write that down. God damn it.
Mysterious Journeys into the Mystic Journey?
Did I say mystic, not mystical? Thank you.
Mystical Journey? No, I'm just trying. I was trying to.
206 or issue 206.
I got the 206. Now believe me. Now that one wasn't random. The rest of it I may have just come up with now, but the 206 is important.
Can't wait to see what happens in issues 1 through 205.
You really can wait. It's not. It's like it's so many just like weird one shots and reprints. It's bad. It's really rough.
It's a lot of crossover events.
And there's just a lot of but those comics were published like starting in the 30s, so they're real like
yeah.
Ooh.
I don't know. Anyway,
It's a lot of him just stopping burglars.
Yeah.
That are invading his lab in the middle of his chemistry
Problematic.
experiment.
Thaddeus Bacon doesn't even show up until like 140 or so. And he's just like a stage magician. It's all silly. Oh, my word. In any event, he finds a strange incantation and proceeds to say the mystic words. Suddenly, his eyes go wide. What the devil? For within his summoning circle is a small, red-skinned imp looking around with a bit of fear and another emotion. Relief. Oh, well, you're not exactly what I was expecting to find. If you cause any trouble, beast, I'll hit you with the power Eldritch. An Eldritch Blast. Oh, I'm most familiar with that kind of magic. Captain, is it? The helpful devil bows slightly. Oh, well, for a devil, you're rather polite. I would never be anything less. You appear to have summoned me from the darkest part of hell itself. Yes, rather strange. Well, I am here to serve you. How can I know I can trust you? Well, I suppose it will be difficult, but I'm willing to take whatever pledge you might require me to. A pledge, eh? Yes. You devils are known to be nothing if not rules followers, although you often try to twist them to your own ends. Yes, I think I have a plan for this. He brings out one of his eldritch tomes, one that can create complex contracts. What's your name, friend? Oh, you can simply call me, the Helpful Devil. Ooh, I like the sound of that. The Helpful Devil it is. A contract between the Helpful Devil of Hell, you said. Oh boy. H-E double hockey sticks. And Thaddeus Bacon, Captain Eldritch. This contract stipulates that you will help me in my endeavors, and beyond that, you will always work to make sure that the power Eldritch is well protected and in the proper hands. I am more than happy to agree to this in exchange for an escape from where I was. Oh, where were you anyway? Well, hell, of course, but specifically. The less you know about that, my lord, the better. That makes sense to me. I'll sign. As will I. The Helpful Devil signs his new nickname, the Helpful Devil. A pact is formed. An alliance is made, one that will last well for the next 26 years. faithful service between an imp from a place in hell, known to some members of TOPFLIGHT as Soraz, and Thaddeus Bacon, Captain Eldridge. Now, the helpful devil flies along down with all of you into the crypts below Castle Potia. Armament, sort of, we had you sort of taking the lead, knowing there's a sort of time-sensitive thing. So I think you guys are up front. V, where would you be amidst this massive group of individuals?
Probably closest to Armament, but I do have 2 bunny foot formations out.
Yep.
Or bunny feet.
Understood.
One of which is carrying the big gun. I would like to remind you.
That's right. You do have the Nutcracker's gun.
Yes, I do. Well, formation does.
That's hilarious. All right, very good. Okay, and then Saint and Grant, as you guys have gone on, have you kind of pushed yourselves up more towards the center, or are you kind of really bringing up the rear?
I mean, I imagine I'm still bringing up the rear as I sort of pull this, lifting the top half of the.
And now it's like going down steps, like.
Yeah, it's like a wheelbarrow. I've got like a wheelbarrow kind of thing going with it.
I would like to. I mean, I know we're in a hurry. Oh, can I like repair it? Can I? Is it fixable?
I would say that to repair it like in an instantaneous situation is going to require that will require like an extremely high roll, like an 8 probably. So it's doable, but it's pretty improbable. But you could attempt that if you wanted to.
No, it's impossible for me. It's fine.
You have only a +3, yeah. So I would say to do it like on the fly would be just incredibly hard to do, but with like some downtime you could do it. But you could also ask the group if you could pause and rebuild your bike.
Oh, that's okay. I mean, if I could fix it, cool. If not, I can successfully kill evil things without it. I'll be fine.
Understood. So, as you guys sort of rush down, Armament, you're at the front. Why don't you go ahead and make just a kind of like a perception check as you're sort of taking the.
Okay, that's a 4.
With a 4, you and you can keep running if you want to, but I'll sort of say that as you sort of move down, you do see in kind of like a crack sort of in the stone below, leading off into some other area of the crypts below this castle. You see a faint green and purple glow, sort of shifting between the two.
I'll just yell, it's down there as we keep going.
So you'll head that way?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So you sort of just kind of burst into sort of this chamber, having seen enough to know something was there, but not to see necessarily what was in it. As you walk through, I actually would like you to make a dodge roll.
This is something I could assign to a skill, right?
Absolutely.
I'll put it at a +1.
Oh wait, I'm doing the wrong thing for her. Here we go. +1, go for it.
It's a 1.
With a 1, so you sort of rush in, and suddenly you were caught in this burst of mystic energy that freezes you in place. You are unable to move any of your limbs, and sort of you're standing there, and the rest of your group are sort of coming here up behind, looking at you with a cigarette kind of in her hand, and standing next to sort of various sort of emeralds and amethysts that are like set, like massive glowing ones in the midst down here is Tatiana Temple, who hits you and says, "Oh, hello, superhero. I don't think we've had the pleasure."
Am I able to? I'm like, I can't move, right? I'm just.
You can speak, sure. It'll be those kinds of rules. You're like,
yeah. Pleasure is not what I'd call it. Are people able to move past me?
Very interesting question. I will say they can try to on a good like pushing past kind of thing to sort of get past. It seems like she's also like there's like energy swirling around you, so it's sort of blocking off. But if anybody does, so V, I'd say you're the closest who could try if you want to try to get around him into this chamber where Tatiana Temple, but she has put up sort of a barrier in which Armament is sort of stuck.
Do I have a view? Like, can I see what's in the chamber?
Yes. I'll say if you're kind of up close enough, she'll sort of say, "Oh my, the gang's all here." So you can sort of see her there.
Can I try to grab?
I'm going to say that if you are at the rear,
I'm going to start making my way.
Sure, you're kind of push your way through all these other bodies and stuff. Okay.
Yeah. But I want to try to grab him and pull him back out of the...
Understood. As this is going on, kind of, like people are like, wait, Grant, and Nightheart's like, no, don't, hold on, that's her. But if you push your way through, no one will physically restrain you, so go ahead and make a pull roll. Or lift, whatever you called that.
I think I just called it strength.
Cool. Make a strength roll then.
Well, that's 2 pluses and 2 minuses, so that's just going to be a 4.
A 4. With a 4, you are unable to sort of beat the magic roll that she did, so you are unable to move him as you sort of like pull on him a little bit. And she's like, I don't think I recognize any of you. How very strange.
Is this her as like we, like is this her as we would have known her from like current time?
No, this is like 1985.
So she's got like a big like perm kind of.
Oh
thing
yeah,
going on.
she's got crazy big hair. It's also one of those situations where like this is Tatiana Temple at 25, and like no shade, but like Tatiana Temple at 40 is kind of objectively more attractive than she is at 25, just based on like the way people styled, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's hard. It's like look at like never mind. You know what I mean? But she's like, so don't recognize any of you, but it makes no difference. You'll be, if you don't already know my name, heroes, you'll know it soon enough. Goodness, there are a lot of you.
This doesn't really. I'm still struggling with trying to pull No Pause back. I just sort of. This doesn't really look like a monster.
Did someone tell you I'm a monster? With these cheekbones, the nerve of them.
We're here to stop you, Temple.
Who are you exactly?
You don't need to know that.
Well, it depends on who you are, whether or not I'm going to use this power eldritch to burst you apart from the insides, ensorcel you into my service, or invite you for a spot of tea.
Sorry, just to clarify, so this visually is the Tatiana Temple from the 80s.
Correct.
But she has the power Eldritch now.
Make an Arcana roll, Saint. Actually, you wouldn't know any of the context of the power Eldritch, but go ahead and make an Arcana roll.
Is this a that tracks roll?
Pencils out. That is a 4.
With a 4, I will say that Saint, you've heard her referring to this power, you understood the discharge of power up above. There is power here for the taking. Oh, you know about this, in fact. You already kind of were considering maybe you should have this power. She hasn't got it yet.
Okay, so whatever happened in our proper timeline, that Tatiana Temple mentally is not in front of us. Like, this is not the one who has...
Correct. And you as a player know that. Saint, of course, has no idea about any of the whatever stuff, but yes.
No, sure, yeah.
Just for your own kind of mollification, yes. This seems to be the Tatiana Temple of 1985 about to gain the power Eldritch, at which point the timeline shifts and everything.
So is this her dream version of herself that we're seeing, or is it actually... because you are V and you have your memory. No, I would imagine V has read enough
like fashion magazines and has seen enough iconic photography from whatever Cosmos and Vogues over the years. Because
also in our modern times, like the '80s style was like a few styles back.
That already, so no,
recently.
this is you without question, you recognize her as looking so similar to her iconic Vogue spread from like 84, 85, which amusingly, like they would photograph supervillains sometimes for those. So yeah, you know that it is the her of them.
So one more question, because I'm just a little confused.
Sure.
So
Can't think why anyone would be confused.
if this is the Tatiana Temple from the 80s, both visually and mentally, why is she here? Because she only went there from our present to the past to steal the power. So why
Right,
would she
which is the moment we have arrived at. That moment where she's about to steal that power.
At
right?
this point, I will actually say, I don't know there is a way for your character to think of that. I need either Armament or V to make a straight, intelligence. I mean, if you actually Armament, you can do a reality on this. That's fine. You're trying to put together pieces of reality.
That was really.
That's going to be a 3.
3. You never had confirmation. With a 3, nah, I don't think you quite have.
I mean, there could have been my working theory would be if she didn't physically go back in time, she could have I'm sure it would be easier to send information back in time than send herself back in time.
You're getting there yourself. Armament, the thing that you notice that you've never seen on her before, and actually does seem to be faintly glowing, she's wearing this necklace that has these fiendish inscriptions on it. These like signs of hell and devils and all this kind of fiendish script that is growing, and she's wearing that. And that definitely stands out to you.
Yes, and I would
it also stands out as he kind of is hovering up, but you hear the helpful devil say, "What? Impossible." Focusing his eyes forward. So,
I think I'm confused too, KJ, in the same way.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, of course.
I'm just trying to understand.
Yeah.
So if
This is you're
what
reading
was-
the comic and you've got to pause and read back. It's fine. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so knowledge is what was transferred back by kind of what we're figuring out here. So wouldn't the point the timeline converge is whenever she got that amulet and not here in this dream world? Because that's the change, is the amulet not here.
We have to get out of here first. We have to get out of the astral. Sorry.
So, good question about time logic stuff. Sure. You're not sure what the amulet is not the source of her, Eldritch powers, of course. I see you're just sort of saying, why aren't we stopping her from getting the amulet rather than stopping her get the power Eldritch? You didn't know about the amulet and didn't go there to stop that. So now you're trying to stop her having already gotten information and wearing something that you're not familiar with at a place where she's about to grab.
I guess I thought we had gotten just like false or wrong information to begin with, but I guess not. It's fine. Okay.
And my question is, do I perceive this form of her as her like weird dream world form?
No, you do not. She looks exactly how she normally looks and is talking how she normally talks.
I'm gonna try to pull no pause back again during all this.
I'm gonna let her roll. Go ahead. I'm gonna let her roll to kind of resist that as you pull again. Oh, that's not great, sir. What do you got?
2.
Okay, well, she has an 8, so Armament stays exactly where he is. She's just like...
I'm sorry, an 8 wasn't very good?
No, I said, oh, geez, is what I rolled.
Oh.
Yeah, I didn't say not very good.
I'm just going to try and, utter out, we're here to stop you from stealing our Eldritch.
Wait a second. Are you from the future?
Depends on when we are now, so possibly not.
We're in 1985.
We're in a place where time has no meaning.
That is very true, but you've come from my future. How do I look? Be brutally honest.
To be honest, you look better than you do now. You age incredibly well.
Oh, God, that's wonderful to hear.
Yeah.
She lets go of the barrier. Well, come on in then. Tell me everything.
Well, I will say that your
Armament,
Vanity
you've been
Fair
freed.
spread
Okay.
is incredible. You look gorgeous, even though it's back in the day. You're new. I think you were on the cover of Cosmo. Fantastic, beautiful, gorgeous. Like you, whatever skincare you started now, keep doing it because you are stunning.
Fascinating.
While V is doing this, can I like make a perception check and look around and see what I can suss out about this whole area now that we're in?
Yeah,
Can I
and
roll making friends?
you can roll a making friends. That's fair. Armament, you can. I don't even think you need to make a perception check. You notice that there are like massive emeralds and amethysts like growing here, and there's a clear like mystic sort of resonance in this spot. So I mean, it's kind of like it's like a sort of small cave-like thing, just large enough for a big comic book fight. And she seems to have come here to gather some sort of power. But she has now let you all in, and she's talking to V. And V, with a 5, she doesn't have amazing on. I'm gonna just roll this as a +2 for her. Nope. She's like, okay, who are you? Like, is this what you actually look like out there? Is this some weird dream version of you?
It's a dream version. I don't know why I had horns. Maybe something like I watched when I was a kid or something.
Oh,
This is a very fantastical place, so I had to, kind of go with the flow, I guess.
That's fabulous.
I really hate the hooves, though.
Oh. Yeah, they're
Yeah,
awful.
they're-
Armament, I take that back. Go ahead and make your perception roll.
Yikes. That's gonna be a 2. No, a 1.
A 1. Do either Saint or Grant have standing perception as a +3? I made Armament do it because he went in and looked, but I sort of...
I don't even have
Not a
perception.
Perfect.
anymore.
All good, all
plus,
good, all good.
Not a +3.
So, she's sort of looking around.
I could make it a +2 right now.
That's what I have.
She kind of says, well, very well, come in, all of you. Is everyone here from the future? Ghost lady, the siren, I remember. Okay, so sure. Little fawn thing. Oh my goodness, you're a...
Remember who Whisper is?
Whisper was a siren.
Right, but does Whisper...
Yeah, oh yes, you basically... Your fight last week was convincing Whisper who she was with all the NPCs, and they just did. Unicorn, cute. Okay. Hello, glowing elf girl with a giant gun. And dragon boy. Nice, very good. Bird. I am curious what you all look like as superheroes in the future. Is this all of you an incredibly old thing? Wow.
Technically, he's not from the future. If we are when we are.
That's true. I'm sort of I'm a very old man in a young boy's body.
Wait, I'm gonna say... then I stopped myself because I accidentally said that, and I'm gonna say Wanda.
So V is your real name? Oh, I don't mean any offense, but V, I like the vibe of you. If I can remember you in the future, I'm gonna try to do you a solid. If you're a superhero, I'll try not to kill you. I'll invite you over for drinks every now and again.
I'm just gonna whisper to Saint while this is going on. I was like, I think maybe she's the one that's cast some sort of spell over all of them. Maybe if we stop her, we can get everyone back.
Can I roll a truth is out there check?
Yes. You definitely can.
That's +2?
A 2.
Mm-hmm. Oh, sorry, yes, 2.
I mean, it is a +2. Sorry, I'm making sure it's not, yeah. With a 2, you certainly know that she's the source of something. You are not, you haven't, you didn't just, draw a corkboard in your mind with all the red threads going to her, but you definitely know she's someone significant, so you're in-game free to act on whatever urge you'd like. But she is kind of sort of saying, well, yeah, you look wonderful. So is this everyone? Fascinating. There sure are a lot of you superheroes.
I'm just start just kind of fanning out.
I urge you to be very cautious. Unless any of you are, have IQs of 300 and are already somewhat accomplished magicians, you're not going to beat me in a realm of the mind. Especially not after I claim this. Do you know what this is? Is that why you've come back? Have I violated your timeline somehow?
You're going to wrongfully steal the Elder's power.
Oh. A pity. As far as I've heard, it hasn't been in the right hands in a long time.
As
Will
far
be
as
if you
you've
don't know
heard,
anything about it.
Wait, did you just say you don't know anything about it?
I said it will be if you don't do anything about it.
No. Believe me, I am the right hands. At this point, Armament, you hear a voice quietly whispering in your ear. The necklace she is wearing is a symbol directed at me.
oh shit.
But I'm not sure what I want me to do. I need more time to pass it out. The invisible imp is kind of hovering, kind of like still behind you in case she has any kind of true sight or whatever, but he's just kind of whispering very carefully to you, Armament.
I'm just gonna slowly nod. Just gonna like I'm like looking around the area, like.
Sure.
So, wait, are you like a witch or something?
Witch. With this skin? No, I'm not a witch. I'm a magician, sorceress.
Actually, witches are really hot. Where in the future,
then
I
I'm a-
just want to say, so
I'm a-
it's not a total insult.
I'm a hot witch, then.
Yes.
I'm.
Wasn't
what
that
you'd
just
call
what you would call a female magician? You would just call them a witch, right?
I would call me
female
a visionary.
wizard. Yes. And 300 IQ. Like I knew you were smart, but that's almost obscenely smart.
It
so.
really is. I appreciate
Saint
your
is going to
perspective.
put a hand on Wanda's shoulder and squeeze.
She's kind of sizing up how many people are coming in here, and just for my own convenience, she says, "Of course, I would love to be on good terms with you all, but I'm getting a little." She waves a hand, and I don't know, at random, Teleportia, Candymane, Whisper, Nightheart, the Oldling, are stuck
So random.
outside of a sort of a barrier.
Oh, so lucky it wasn't any of us.
Yeah, it's weird.
Crazy.
I will like when they're just I will like clench my fist and look at No Pause. Like to see what he's doing.
I'm like, I think when that happens, I like get into a defensive stance, but not like I'm ready to like move, but not like necessarily at her, like I'm ready to like dodge or something.
What happened to them? They disappeared? Or-
No, she like put up like a strong force field that they can't, pass through.
Oh.
I'm just making this convenient on myself. Fewer NPCs to run. That's all. And so
You
she's
don't
like,
want to run a party bigger than us.
rather not. That reminds me, I need to ask you something, Lauren. About not this at all. So she's sort of sitting there like, so, is your plan still to stop me, or are you? Because I'm telling you, whatever version of the future you've seen, it's off. Cross my heart and hope to die. I have it on very bad authority, and she sort of taps that thing, that the timeline you all presumably come from was altered.
By whom?
By dark forces. I'm simply trying to improve on what's gone wrong.
And I'm assuming you'll be in some position of higher power than you already will be in the future?
Well, of course, darling.
Yeah. So, like, what, Supreme Empress of
Oh,
the universe?
I think Captain Eldritch is plenty positioned for me. That old windbag who had the honor as of about 2 hours ago or 3 hours ago, times is fungible here, as you said, whatever your name is.
We've seen what your timeline leads to.
Then you're very welcome.
It's not.
Well,
If you think that's good, then you deserve to be stopped now.
Well then, this is going to be a regrettable finish to my little jaunt here. I try to ensorcel some help to keep this from happening, but if you really want to throw down with the Cleopatra of crime, does that stick, by the way, V? Do people still call me that?
not necessarily, because it came out that she was, like, subverted by some of the people who betrayed her. It's not a very good thing. You know, the way she died was just not very...
If you want to keep that name, you won't take the power Eldritch.
Won't I?
Saint, so it seems like they're sort of against each other. So I don't know what's going on here, but you're really good at sussing out who is evil and who is not. And I'm sort of at a loss here on what is bad here right now. I'm gonna follow
Would
your
an
lead.
evil versus good check be different from a truth is out there check?
I will say no, but it's a little, oftentimes it just becomes harder when you sort of repeat the exact same thing, so you'll need one higher than you would have earlier. So you can roll that again, sure, as you're kind of like really, it's sort of the idea of like doubling down. It gets harder since you've already, so yeah, you could do that. Do you have insight?
No.
Yeah, you really just have murder, and then truth is out there. I get it.
Yeah.
Make another truth is out there.
But regardless of what, well, I'll roll that in a second. But regardless of kind of what they're saying, not making any sense to Saint, the thing she said so far that does make sense to Saint is that, the timeline. She's saying the timeline we came from before she fiddled with it is still wrong, and was still fiddled with by a bad source. So even though Saint probably believes she's a bad source, if our timeline is also a bad source, Saint doesn't want that. She wants the good timeline, theoretically, right?
Yeah.
So that's why she hasn't kind of made a move yet, because if all the sources are bad, then I don't know that she would kind of want to figure out what's the good source or the right source and go for that.
Understood.
But yeah, I'll roll a truth is out there.
Yeah.
Oh, a 3. Which is higher than last time.
It is higher than last time, but it is still kind of not quite enough.
Yeah.
This is like one of those, like, this is just one of those episodes of the X-Files where it's not a mythology episode. You're like, just show me the cigarette smoking man. Instead you have the cigarette smoking lady. Hey now. Yeah, you're still not quite sure of sort of what to do, but she's saying, well, I'd really rather it not come to this, but I suppose if I gained the power eldritch through a blood sacrifice, that actually could work in my favor slightly.
Saint, I think she might be the bad one. Now,
Believe me,
she is a bad one, not the bad one.
If I will it hard enough, blood can work anywhere. Exactly. Yeah.
I just look at Arm and I'm like, I don't know what to do anymore.
Saint would wait for. She's getting antsy, but she's still waiting for someone else to move first.
I'm gonna reach into a pocket and pull out a flask and drink some brown water that Saint has put in.
I'm gonna turn my head like I'm looking back at the people who are in the force field, so that she can't. My mouth moving.
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna whisper under my breath, "How you doing, devil?"
I will actually roll for him. That's a fun way to do this. He'll have a +3. It's really bad.
Like,
-4.
Jesus. Can I give him a fate point to reroll?
Sure.
All right, spending a fate point.
All right, now that becomes a +1, so that's a minor swing, so that'll be a 4 for him. But he will sort of whisper to her, or he'll whisper to you, Armament. If you trust the me of the future, I'm trying to protect the power, which means you need to stop her from taking it. But also, I can't believe I'm saying this, you need to destroy it.
Why?
I don't know. It all comes down to one fundamental question. Do you trust that I only want to help?
Lumen does.
Yes. Yeah.
So she's like, anyway. So I understand the time travel stuff is very complex. So let's do I'll do sort of 4 players and characters, and everyone's playing. Some of you know what's going on, some of you don't. So we'll just do a thing. As far as kind of has been sort of revealed, the timeline was altered while you were gone. Somehow in 1985, Tatiana Temple got hold of the power Eldritch. You guys ventured back to 1985, then entered the astral plane where she got the power, only to discover that the her who's grabbing the power has no idea who any of you are, but does have a mystic amulet of infernal design that seems to be granting her some immunity to the astral plane and other powers as she's come here to steal this, but also seems to be serving as some message to the helpful devil who is with you, presumably from 1985.
Saint wants to kind of go in between No Pause and whichever one of the quarantined off NPCs we have.
Okay.
And it's not like a painful barrier, right? Like Saint could touch it, and it's.
I think you
like,
could
it's not
touch it, sure.
A field of electricity.
No,
or something.
no, it's not going to harm.
Okay.
It's like a wall of force kind of thing. Yeah.
Saint will kind of touch whichever one is closest, as if she's talking to the one that's inside it, but she wants to quietly talk to No Pause instead, just so
Cool.
that Tatiana can't quite hear it.
Make a deception roll in that case.
Okay, we're gonna make that
And
No,
you'll
we're not gonna put that on there because Saint wouldn't be on there.
you'll only need to beat a 2 to sort of defeat her. Sort of not.
Beat a 2
Or you'll need to meet a 2. If you get a 2, if you just do a good job, she's paying attention to other stuff, she sort of won't.
Okay. Counterpoint, instead of deception, could it be a whisper check if I'm really good at whispering?
I'll say because there's someone named Whisper in the group, you may.
Dope. Thank you.
So that you don't have to make
Saint
one
would
deception.
never
I understand.
have skill in lying. I got a 3.
Okay, so you are able to sort of come over to the wall where... God, son of a bitch. You pretend that you're whispering something, so go ahead and whisper to No Pause.
Father, have you gotten all the information you need from her?
I can't hear you. What are you saying? You're talking to me, right? What?
I'm just gonna nod, and then I would like to do something that might be stupid.
Please.
But I think I'm ready. I'm ready to kick things off, but also I don't want to if the rest of the players are not ready to kick things off, I don't want to violate that.
If it helps at all, Saint is clutching her mace, her mace shotgun. You know what I mean? She's ready to go.
The only aspect my character has is when in doubt, punch it.
Right.
So.
I am violating that aspect right
Last week, Saint got righteous rage, and that's going to carry over to Lumen. So we're ready. Yeah.
Right. Okay. So in that case, I would like to. I'd like to discuss with you some kind of stunt or something where I can so I'm a rock person, right?
You are.
We're in a rock cavern.
Yeah.
I'd like to be able to just is there I can be one with the rock and reach and grab pieces of rock that are weapon shaped and be good with them, throw them, that kind of shit.
To become one with the rock.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what. If you want a stunt called One with the Rock, it'll cost you a force point to activate it.
Oh, fate point.
You get a rock person familiar in the shape of
too early.
Dwayne Johnson.
3 weeks. 3 weeks.
Sorry, 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Yes, it will take you a fate point to activate, and you'll also have to lower your fate point max.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
But you can take one called One with the Rock. And if you'd like, you could, you won't have to spend one for this, but you could deduct your max by one more, and that can unlock that as a +5 attribute for you.
Done.
Okay.
So I guess I'll spend the fate point as I'm lowering it by 2, so I might get 2 out of 2 fate points now.
Yeah, yes, exactly. Yeah, because you've already used one. Yeah, exactly. You kind of sink down to there. Great. All right.
So that as I'm doing this, I want to I'm just gonna kneel I'm gonna kneel down, and just put a hand on one hand on the ground, one hand on the Saint's shoulder.
Okay.
Say, I'm just gonna nod. And then as I stand up, the hand on the ground just rips out a chunk of the ground that's like a spear-shaped thing, and I just throw it at one of the rocks, one of the amethyst jewels.
Understood. Go ahead and make a One with the Rock roll.
Well, let me write this on the +5 skill.
I would love for you to roll.
On the People's Javelin. That's going to be a 6.
A 6. 6 is very good. Wasn't yes, so you can throw what is that called? A fantastic result. So you sort of hurl stone directly at this. I will say that because she's trying to interfere with it, she's gonna get a next, so she'll need a 7 to sort of stop this.
Stop.
She rolls a 6. I'm spending a DM fate or a fate point. That was worse. That was a 5. So you throw this spear of pure sort of rock that you've kind of summoned out of the ground into one of these things, which begins to burst apart. Her head snaps at you and says, "You fool! What are you doing?" At this point, I'm going to say that armament sort of struck first, so if the rest of you who were if anyone was literally holding an attack, you could do it now.
What did he hit? Sorry?
He hit one of the sort of glowing stones. He attacked those. He's attacking that power eldritch there somehow.
Okay, so if and that stone shattered or no?
It burst apart and there's a weird wave. It didn't explode though. V?
Oh, it didn't. Okay.
It's being destroyed. It hasn't. It's there's there's still more to do. In other words, yes, V. What are your question before? Yeah.
Well, I would like to take an action.
Okay, cool. So we'll get to that in a second.
Okay.
Any other questions about the situation? Okay, so yes.
So there's another step in destroying the crystal?
You gotta do more hit points of damage to it, kind of situation.
Fair enough. Okay,
Yeah.
So how many crystals are there?
We'll say, I'll phrase it. If you were to divide the amount of power in these crystals into 30 distinct parts, it seems like armament just took out 6 of them.
Oh.
I see. Okay.
Wait, no, so there really is only one crystal?
We're in this game, it's a little more kind of abstracted. The idea, it's he hit a crystal that maybe represents about a 5th of the way has been destroyed. So there's however many crystals there are, like you could aim it, just however much damage you wind up rolling if you successfully damage them is going to like reflect that you hit more. It's not a single action, you know, like a roll could be that you swung your thing 6 times or shot, you know, multiple times. You know what I mean?
No, but it's okay. It's fine. Saint will, it's fine. Yeah.
Okay. So everybody know what they want to do?
Yes.
Go for it, V.
So the bunnyfoot that's been sort of lurking in the back with the big candy cane gun,
Okay.
when she sees that happen, that he aimed at the thing, she like tells herself to shoot at the things with the candy gun.
Okay, cool. What are the other ones doing?
Can I also... Are there any of the crystals that are, like, close to us, or are they all, like, behind...
They're all kind of back where she is. You know, these glowing ones that you guys are attacking.
Okay, can I create a skill that is headbutting?
Absolutely. Great. Okay, so you're going to do some attacks. What is Saint going to do?
And Saint kind of, like, ready... This might be too much, and if it is, just say so.
Yeah.
She just wants to see if Tatiana's going to try and protect the crystal or attack one of us.
Understood. What will happen if when the, you know, what's like the conditional, like what how would it change what you do?
I guess it just really just changes her direction. If Saint's gonna like come right at us, then she's gonna go straight for Tatiana and attack her, you know, whatever halfway point that is. If Tatiana's going for the crystal, Saint is going to get right in front of the crystal and prevent her. You know, it just depends on where it just makes her movement different.
So basically, I'll just say, we can just see what she does and you can kind of hold your thing on that. Gotcha. Grant, what did you want to do with your...
I'm going to follow some long dormant instinct and roll up my sleeves.
Okay.
And then I'm going to sort of charge at Tatiana and attempt to either knock her to the ground or sort of grapple her.
Understood. All right. So you're going to come for her. So and since Saint's kind of holding a thing, the first action will actually be the shooting one. So go ahead, V, make an attack with a gun. For you, that's probably flat unless you've already given yourselves guns.
No.
If Grant successfully pins her, that also changes what Saint does.
I understand.
It's a 0.
A 0. So you sort of try to shoot at those, but Tatiana even kind of just like waves a slight hand and like the bullets kind of arc up in the wrong direction. The other two of you begin running towards the stuff. Grant, however, will be the next person because she's closer than those. So Grant, you can make your attack to try to pin her. She'll roll a dodge.
Oh my god.
What do you got?
I just like keep rolling two pluses and 2 minuses. So my dice are meaningless. But that's fine. So it's a 4.
With a 4. So with a 4, she kind of she's trying to dodge it the way, but you do manage to. I'm going to say because it's like even. I'm going to say you do like connect with her and put her off balance, but you haven't pinned her. She also rolled a 4 for her dodge. So we'll sort of say that you managed to like get in her face and you're sort of punching her, but you haven't pinned her down. Saint, does that change what you do at all?
So she's still up?
She is still up, but like she's like engaged with Grant.
Saint will go for her too.
Saint will come for her too. Okay, so go ahead and you can. How are you? Are you just attacking?
Yeah. I mean, but Grant's like in her face.
I mean, he's punching at her, and she's kind of, you know.
But I mean, like the shotgun would potentially risk hitting him too, right? So
no, you have a +4 at that, or a +5 at this point. You know what you're doing with your scary monster.
The mace end really focuses your buckshot.
Sure. Yeah. Okay.
It's a tornado of buckshot.
Then she would.
It's like that thing that Anton Chigurh put on.
Yeah.
Shoot on her way there, and then hit her with the mace when she gets there. But that's 2 attacks.
So go ahead and if you want to do both, you can. It'll just like she'll get some bonuses to defend since you're sort of splitting.
Then can I? Okay, wait. If I can do both, can I shoot the crystal and then hit her in the face with the mace?
Sure. Go ahead and take a shot at the crystal with your thing.
Okay.
So roll that one. That's fine. Kind of shooting on the run.
So gun is +4. Cancels out 5.
Okay, so she manages to get, even with Grant in her... No, actually, I said she should have a... So it'll be 2. So she manages to get some bit of, like, protective stuff as she sees you shooting at it. But based on the penalty to you doing 2 things and the penalty of her... of course, Grant gave her a penalty to do that, so you kind of damaged another, like, 2/30ths of the thing. So 2 of the 5 went through. From her, she's like trying to defend, but now you're coming up at her, so go ahead and you can make your attack. Mace face, and she will try to dodge it.
That out. That is a 5 flat.
Yeah, you do connect with her, and that actually will deal her some damage. So that's 1 physical stress that made it through because she rolled a 4.
Now she won't be pretty in the future.
She won't be a lot of things in the future.
She won't be future.
It is now her turn.
She just won't be there.
As you guys have all sort of like rushed up at her. So, what is more important to her? Sort of, getting that power or... Oh, actually though, your 2 formations do make it over there, so make your ramming attacks. You get to make 2 of those.
So can I put that in good?
Put it in whatever's open.
Okay.
Yeah, Dan's there with me.
I'm ramming in the open slot. Okay. It's 4. Oh, but I get to roll twice.
Yeah, I mean a 4 is. She's having multiple penalties. Okay, well the 4 is going through. Oh my God, that's a -2. Jeez.
Oh, another 4.
Okay, so both of those actually. So this is really monumental because this changes it. V gets directly up against it and headbutts 2 of them, and she's unable to like stop those with. It's easier to stop like a projectile than like a body that's there. So a total of 4 go through from those. 2 from each go through. But not only that, V, you are now up against them, so 2 of your formations can just kind of attack those with abandon. And this means her plan of putting up a shield against those and taking you all out is now not available to her. Okay. So I just said that Tatiana Temple has a 300 IQ, so she has to do something really smart here.
That's why I like to play dumb characters.
Yeah. So she will... Okay, that's not as good as it could have been. I just rolled a pierce apparently. So I was really hoping for a big thing here.
Totally
really
gritted
flashy. So basically, she kind of looks around and goes, and she kind of like waves her hands, and suddenly, you see like 30 Tatiana temples just standing throughout this room. Some of them though are like partially like standing within rocks, so you're pretty sure many of them are illusory. But several of them are like standing like right where the 2 bunny feet are, and there's like 4 or 5 of them just like within the power eldritch, just like reaching their hands out towards it. Yes, V?
Does Tatiana have any like blood on her face from getting hit in the face with the mace?
Nah, it was just a 1 physical stress.
No.
Give me a minute.
But so basically you see like tons of them all over the place, and there's like 6 of them over there in the kind of like with the power eldritch with like the light glowing on them, like reaching towards it, attempting to drain it. And sure enough, you do see all of the power over there beginning to glow a little brighter, as if someone is trying to siphon it. Escalation. However, the ball is now in the court of the 4 of you. What would you all like to do?
Fire again and keep ramming.
So you're going to fire again, and the other 2 are going to keep just ramming stuff where you are. Okay, great. Armament, what do you want to do?
I would like to hit.
Power of the stone to just try to bring the stone power. Great.
Do I
Saint?
have to do another fate point for that?
No, you've activated it. So it's
okay,
like, yeah, it's like
now that for the combat, it's active.
Exactly.
Right,
Saint,
okay.
what's your approach? There's now like 3 Tatiana temples standing right next to you. Several over, other by the thing, trying to siphon power. What would you like to do?
Saint would like do a very light chuckle to herself, and then she'll say, "Oh, good. now I can kill evil 30 times today. And she will, if there's 3 right around her, she would like attempt a swing to like hit all 3, assuming one of them, if none of them connects, then she moves on to the next ones. You know what I mean?
Understood.
So.
Okay, Grant, what would you like to do?
I'm gonna basically try to like look at the Tatiana, what that was the one I was just dealing with.
Okay.
And I'll line up a few of them, and I want to just try to do like a diving spear tackle.
Okay.
Try to if it's not the right one, maybe I'm gonna go through. Maybe I'll hit one. That's
Understood. Just kind of in that. Okay, great. In that case, that's like the most close quarter thing. We're gonna do the sort of the close quarter thing. So Grant, we're gonna do you first, and then the 2 bunny feet. Grant, just because it's kind of the way it goes is a melee attack against someone you're next to goes first, and then ranged attacks, and then running melee attacks. Grant, I want you to do your kind of, well, okay, technically, let's do the bunny feet first. It does not matter. Yeah, do your bunny feet attacks.
Okay, not B yet.
Not me yet.
Oh, and that is a 5 for 1.
Great.
And a just a 3 for the other.
Okay, the 5 seems to kind of go through again, doing a lot, but you do notice that there is like mystic energy is trying to prevent you, but you have dealt more damage, so you've dealt a total of 3 more points of damage. Very good, V. Grant, go ahead and do your sort of run through, but I'd actually like you. Why don't you make a perception check first?
Okay. I believe that is a 3.
A
yeah,
3.
3.
You kind of look around, and though there are a few kind of like on the fringes that you're sure aren't, all the ones in front of you look very material.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so I'll just pick a line and dive, basically.
Understood. So go ahead and make your just kind of another just a punch attack as you brawl your way through.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna spend a fate point to reroll this.
Okay.
See if we can get something where the dice actually contribute to the numbers. I'll take it either way. I shouldn't have said that. That's a 1.
A 1. So basically, you like try to do this
punching,
diving
right?
thing.
It's not strength.
It's just you're punching, yeah. So you sort of run through and try to do a thing, and based on you like the one who you were trying to do just kind of ducks out of the way, and the ones behind all kind of move, and you don't splay out, but you just kind of barrel through. You haven't even caught all of these figures, whether they're illusions or weird conjurations. They've all danced out of your way. But now it is Saint's turn to do a physical up close attack, and Saint, basically this is you trying to clear multiple. Mm-hmm. So you're using your mace?
Yes.
Wonderful. Kind of a whirlwind sweep the leg, Johnny.
Cancel that out. That is a 6.
6. Yeah. You managed to her magic is not rolled highly enough to have them automatically sort of appear to dodge any of those. So you just sweep through about 3 of them, I think you'd said. Interestingly, they don't disappear when you've swept through them, but you can tell a little better that they're not really there. They're a little there's kind of they're a little thinner and paler in the middle, less filled in with fake matter or whatever. So you've
as I swing, or they stay that way after I swing.
They stay that way after you swing, so you can tell which
perfect.
ones you've tagged. But you've basically cleared out 3 of them, and they seem to have had no effect. Armament, it is your turn. Unless Saint, did you want to try to do anything else?
No, she's gonna spend the next several turns clearing them out until she finds the real one.
Understood.
All right, trying to be one with the rock. That's a math. That's 4. Can I spend a fate point to
Reroll it.
I'll re-roll it. That's a more fun choice than adding a +2.
Always re-roll it. Because you add a +2, you gotta invoke a bad thing, and you've got enough of that going on anyway. You just re-roll it.
Okay, great. That puts it to a 6.
A 6, excellent. God, you need.
I did the +2, but
I'm gonna need you to go a little higher at some of these because there's a real cool thing you'll do if you could roll a fantastic.
I'm trying. Look, I'm trying.
I know you are. All right. Or an epic. I need you to get to epic or legendary. But this time you shoot through with a 6. as you sort of throw another sort of spear through. I'm also going to say because it is rock attacking rock, it's like, like the bludgeoning, whatever stuff. And you're spending your crazy things for this. Based on the penalties I've given her standing sort of defense. You also do 3 points.
Right.
Congratulations. What does that get us to? You guys are more than halfway there of breaking these things. V, you get to take your shot with, actually, technically it is a bunny foot that has the gun, but so it's V and one bunny foot are up close, and then the bunny foot is back there. Go ahead, bunny foot, and roll your gun attack.
And this will be at like the biggest cluster of crystals that.
Yeah, you're just trying to shoot. Yeah, exactly.
And that is a 1.
1. You again fire and it kind of bounces. It just explodes harmlessly. And a bunch of the you hear like a slightly out of sync cacophony of Tatiana Temple voices go, "Oh, you'll have to do better than that, darling. Please just try a little harder. Etc. Real pleasant. Tatiana Temple's gonna take her turn.
We don't get bonus actions, do we?
No, it's kind of a more... I rolled so many negatives. I'm spending my last DM fate point.
Alright.
I rolled a -3.
That's real bad.
Okay.
That's in fact catastrophic.
This might.
Well, I rolled a -3 on the thing, so that got her to a 2. Come on.
Oh.
Another mother flippin' Pierce. +2, -2. It's all 0 in the dark, baby. So if you guys are managed to do... Yeah, you're gonna do this before she can siphon it. She's not going fast enough. She needed to roll real high to have a fighting chance at this. You think that you're destroying it, and it doesn't seem like enough of the power has been pulled out of it before you've broken these binding things and unleashed this power, however it goes. So, what is the strategy for this last round, gang?
Can I discuss a stunt with you?
Sure.
Now
seems to be the
based off
time.
of the that sort of barreling kind of motion that I just kind of missed, I would like to call this maybe the Zangief sweep. If you recall, and he just sort of locks his ass and just spins 360
with
like a top.
Yep. You can absolutely do that. That will be that'll be a pretty standard stunt. I'm gonna even say, are you trying to get this to be a thing that can be a +5?
Well, it doesn't have to be, but I'd like to be something that's sort of continuous or can move a greater distance than I normally could.
So basically, deduct 1 fate point from your max and spend 1 for the creation of it here, and you can then basically do that if you'd like to. Just add that to any open slot. If you want to put it into a +5, you'll need to deduct 1 more sort of fate point permanently.
Oh, we got 1 more good. We can do that.
Cool. Okay, cool. So you got a good on that. So you now have this kind of.
I feel rerolls are much more important for me to have.
I get it. So go ahead and make your attack with that thing then.
Well, do you want me to wait until everyone else?
That is a great point. Okay, so you're gonna do that. Armament, I assume, will continue to be 1 with the rock.
Oh yeah.
V, same actions.
Yeah.
You don't have to.
No, I'm just thinking if there's like something I can do that's more grand. Huh?
Do you have insight? Do you have any kind of what
I do. It's fair.
Fair. What other skills do you have?
I can split.
Sure.
Which I was thinking of doing making friends, ramming. Nice. Vibe, lore, dodge.
What is your make? Oh, you have a vibe roll. Damn it. What is your vibes?
Good.
And what is your making friends?
It's great.
Not anymore with this one, it's not.
I'm gonna say that your vibes, I'll tell you what, I want you, before your turn begins, make me a vibe. kind of this like a free vibe in the background.
Free vibe check. That is a 4.
A 4 is great. Okay.
Oh.
You do understand that there is kind of like multiple things going on. You guys are trying to destroy this. Apparently, that's what that's what Armin seems to think the best plan is. But she's trying to distract you, and like clearly you see like 5 of her drawing out of this. One of which is probably the real her who's trying to pull this power out. Saint and Grant are over there just like attacking like just anybody. So you're feeling like the real her must be one of these over here. Who's actively trying to like siphon this power. So I will let you sort of alter, or you can make your decision. I'll come back to you in a second with what you want to do for this thing. We know what Grant is doing. We know what Armament's doing. Saint, what are you going to do?
Dedicated to finding the real one.
Continue trying to find the real one. Okay, cool. I'll let you roll.
Could Saint roll like an Arcana check?
Go ahead and make it an Arcana check, Saint. Yeah, we'll do some of those kinds of.
3.
Do you want to re-roll that?
Yeah.
I'd re-roll that because
my one re-roll because I want to find the real
yeah.
bitch. Okay. Ooh, less. Okay, that is a Arcana +2. That is a 6.
A 6 defeats her. Yes, with suddenly Saint, you also kind of, as V seems to be realizing it's one of those over by her, and you know that all of these illusory ones, like one of those over there, you don't know which one, but you know one of them is actively like drawing power out right now, trying to get the power eldritch into her before you guys destroy those crystals.
Then Saint will run and do the same kind of sweeping thing till her mace connects with one in the face.
Understood. You will basically, you're going to do your same sweeping thing, but only at the ones over there. V, what are you going to do with your turn?
And so this is all happening at once, right? Like I can't see which one Saint is hitting.
No, you'll notice that. Oh, sure, I see what you're saying. Yes, if you see that, well, it'll be more a thing since you're closer that Saint will see which ones you like. What do you want to do on your turn because you're closer?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You might not know what Saint is aiming to do until she gets over there.
I just want to, like, if it's possible, I don't know how they're arranged, but like, knowing I'll go through them if they're not real, like try to get an angle where like both of us can ram through as many as possible.
I'm gonna say because you already get multiple actions and stuff, like, and like you're not using sweeping things and it's not like your huge +5 deal, that you probably can only take out one with any hit. You know.
Oh, I thought you. Oh, so I wouldn't go through them.
No, you would, but like in a single turn, a single duplicate of you is not going to be able to run through multiple the way that people whose like top stat is attacking. You know.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll try it and see what happens. I guess it'll just be luck. The ones.
Okay, so you're just so rather than attacking the stone, you're going to attack. You're going to turn your attacks against Tatiana's. And what is the bunny foot with a gun going to do?
She's gonna shoot again.
So she'll shoot again. So she will go first.
Okay.
So now all of the melees are going to be moving. So we'll do the range things first. She can do, and actually, Armament, you can do your one with the rock again.
Just ripping out another like long. Like, each of these are getting subsequently bigger and bigger.
Yeah, exactly.
Just why not?
Come on.
That's an epic.
All right. Armament. Very good.
That's an epic, yeah.
Armament. You try to dig deep. You don't know why you are a rock in this place. But as you sort of are trying to do something bigger and shake things more, this other impulse comes to you. One of stillness. One of stoicism. One of calm. An Armament, you feel your entire body become solid as a rock. A single monolithic jade stone. Silent. Mouthless, eyeless, faceless, and yet you sense, you feel, there is this centered nature to you right now. The voice of the Guardian has been speaking to you and has been saying, hold, hold, hold. But now, you don't even need to say another word. It's clear, just from your body language, that sort of the epic level unlock action of this ability is a different single verb. And if you really want to damage these things, these stones with which you are now one, it doesn't even need to be said. Although, I mean, I guess you could let Van Halen do the saying of it for you. You might as well.
Jump.
So, armament becomes this stone and then suddenly busts up through the stones that contain this power. So you're going to do a full 7 from that, and I want you to roll the attack again. Make another roll with that.
That's... I did a pierce.
It's a 5.
You have any more fate dice? You can just...
I have a fate... I'm going to re-roll it.
Okay.
By the power of Rocky Jumper, I bless you. I bless you.
Solid as a rock.
I bless you. One of them popped out. Do you want me to re-roll it?
Sure.
Or... Another 7. Another epic.
Oh no. All right.
3 plus and minus.
This sort of
Rocky Jumper.
this second ability of her to try to stop this, she is going to get to do a... Oh man. Well, she's blocking some, but yeah, that's still okay. That's a lot has got through. That's 10. Oh boy. Okay. Yeah. Yep. V.
Yes.
May not even get to some other turns that are happening. I will still let Grant do his Zangief roll. V, go ahead and make your one shot with the weapon.
Nope, that is it's a flat one, right?
Yeah, I guess if you haven't put it anywhere, then yes.
-1.
A -1. Oh, thanks. So you actually repair the crystals with your bullet. You shoot into a hole and it like, no. That's fine. Guys, literally there's 1 point left in the crystals. They're teetering on the brink. Grant, you're sort of in position. Go ahead and do your running around, your bouncing.
Sure. I have not asked this earlier. I just remembered this. Do I have any negatives because of my physical stress?
So a physical stress goes away when an encounter's over. So that's already cleared.
Okay.
Sorry.
And what about my
physical stresses go away? Your if you have any consequences, those stick around.
So is my frostbite affecting me at all?
Yes, it will affect you based on factors.
Is it too late to use a fate point to re-roll? Because I always forget I can do that.
Go ahead and re-roll.
Oh, fuck yeah.
It's gonna be hard for you to do this because she is.
So
she's her blocking stuff goes. Okay, so Grant, go ahead and make your thing. There may be consequences, but it's only gonna. Well, you'll see where. It's only.
Let's spend a fate point to re-roll that.
Okay.
Exactly the same. So it's a 2.
Point.
A 2. All right. So basically,
Well, I can't keep spending it, right?
You can't do them on the same roll, I don't think. Yeah. That's how I'll roll at least. So basically, you begin spinning through all of these people. Kind of just, and you do clear a pretty good number. Kind of like you're confident. None of them are they're not even trying to get out of the way. And in fact, Grant, halfway through doing this, you see that all of them are now no longer like mirroring different kind of positions. They're all like reaching forward with their hands, and there's like a purple green glow coming from in their chest as if they're just trying so desperately to siphon this power.
Okay.
At this point, the V's are closer, so you can make your 2 attacks with your ramming. And every time you deal, I'll have to do one of these.
That is a 4 and a
Okay. That one, you go through that one.
and a 1.
Okay.
I want to re-roll that.
Yeah, I'd re-roll that one real quick, because...
It's another 1, so...
Okay. However, the first one you ran through, you went straight through. Saint, you, however, do see that as you're also making your move over there, and now like Rocky's like popped up from them, and all of these versions of her are all reaching forward so crazily. Saint, you notice that one of the, basically we'll say that it was the real V, one of the bunny feet ran through one of these fake Tatiana temples. But Saint, the real Wanda, to you, the real V to the rest of us, ran at a different Tatiana temple trying to ram, and that Tatiana temple did not just stand there. That Tatiana temple like glanced and kind of like almost like conjured some sort of like additional little bit of force to send that Wanda out of the way, and then like looked back focusing. With the Arcana that you've already rolled, you don't need to find the real Tatiana temple. It was just revealed which one it is. It's the one that V just attacked, or the one that Wanda just attacked. Saint.
I'm so sorry. I thought I misunderstood.
No, I was talking to, so basically you see that V and one of the bunny feet, they sort of run over at her, and you basically now know which one is real. You can also see that that for some reason Nopaz has turned into a solid piece of stone that's jutted up from these and really broken it. So both Tatiana and these crystals look, well, Tatiana looks totally fine, but the crystals look really broken, and Tatiana, you have her in your sights. So you said you were sort of running, you were going to make multiple attacks. What would you like to do?
My plan is largely unchanged. It is still a mace to her fucking face.
Okay, understood. So go ahead and roll that attack.
Mm-hmm. If I can, like, come up from behind her and do it to, still side of the face, even better.
Understood.
But if not,
Gotcha.
No worries.
Yeah, positioning wise, I think that makes sense. You're leaping over a thing. Yeah.
5.
That's not great.
Mine's not great. A 5 isn't great.
No, a 5, like what she'll have to roll to beat a 5.
Oh.
And
Not
based
great.
on what I've already rolled. Cool. Because she has a penalty since she's trying to do multiple things at once. Yes, you do connect. With your mace, you sort of hit her in the back. I'm gonna just do a flat equivalent of
No, I still want the side of her face. I just wanted to come up from behind her.
Oh, you come up from the front. You sort of she tried to get some sort of like energy, and it's a little dampened, but she still kind of goes moving. Her hands are remaining on there. I'm just gonna I'm gonna increase the difficulty 1 here on her turn. So you basically you sort of swing into her with this brutal strike, and sort of V's right behind. Kind of Nopaz jumper has risen out of the thing behind. Grant is like taking out all the rest. So it has instantly become clear who the foe is. However, with that one little point of defense left on all these crystals, she gets one more shot to try to drain it. However, I have one more DM fate point. I need a +3 or a +4 on this roll. I'm gonna have to use that DM fate point, so I'm out now.
That's the last point.
Yeah.
All right.
It's a -2 on the dice, which gets her down to a... So she's unable to siphon enough. And honestly, I'm not even gonna... I think it's no roll is required because sort of no-pause jumper is now within... or Rocky no pause, depending on how you want to do it. Basically, just like all you have to do is sort of like continue moving, sort of jumping through them, and with that, with her unable to pull the power eldritch, you burst it all apart. All of you, please make some kind of dodge roll. I would say armament. Jumper, no pause, armament, Rocky, however you want to style yourself right now. Yours.
I think, no pause jumper because I'm jumping.
Sure.
Do I have any kind of benefit because I'm already spinning?
Yes, actually, your level will be lower on this. A 4, great.
I'm adding dodge to +2 here.
Perfect. Yeah, you're like at the very last minute here. Let's put in a big old dodge.
And that's a 5 for me.
Great.
I would argue that this should be a 1 with the rock check because I'm still 1 with the rock and I'm jumping away.
Go ahead and run one with the rock.
Which would make it 4 instead of a...
Grant, what do you got?
0.
2. Because we lowered it because you're already spinning, that will even be enough for you. So kind of as this like wave goes out, also that boundary separating you from all your friends sort of breaks apart. And Tatiana kind of stunning, and she also like in terms of her like her harm or her level of whatever, she's like, oh no, I can't believe you've done this. You'll all pay for this.
No, if she's about to do something, no. I need to, no. I don't know how we get there, but this is the end result of what I want. I want, like, when you watch anime and there's always like that one psychopath woman who has like blood on her face and she's enjoying killing whatever's in front of her. That is the vibe we're going for here.
Then at that point,
at the end result, blood all over Saint, doesn't care. Woman dead, face smashed into pieces.
Like Go-Go Yubari vibes.
Yeah. So basically, go ahead and roll your mace roll then, as you sort of attack her with this.
Beautiful 8.
8.
Whoa.
Yeah, I have 1 blank, and then the other 3 are pluses, plus the 5. 8.
Okay.
I want it to be unrecognizable that there used to be a person in the spot.
So that's actually, so she literally has to, she's just going to spend a 4 physical stress and a 2 mild consequences, taking 6 of that 8. So basically, she's like being knocked back, and she's like, this can't be happening, no!
if she can talk, then I'm not done.
Yeah, understood. What are the rest of you doing?
Saint, my name is Saint. Thank you very much. Lumen is not here right now.
Saint, we can stop.
No, evil would never stop for us.
Evil will not stop hitting. At this point, some of your NPCs are sort of popping up from behind, and whispers going, okay, that was really cool. Nightheart is saying, all right, so wait, have you done it? Did you just destroy the power eldritch? And Whisper goes,
is that what we did?
Wait, what the hell? Yeah, V is wondering. The Saint is still just attacking Tatiana, who's like summoning what little vestiges of magic she has left. Since she's not Captain Eldritch, all she has is like a good bit of sorcery, but nothing kind of sort of crazy.
She's fucking nothing.
Trying to do this, and Saint's just like demolishing her. At this point, I guess that sort of the helpful devil sort of appears sort of before you, no pause jumper, and is like, if you're able to hear me in there, I would recommend, I am not exactly certain of what should happen now, but you might wish to return to your own time.
So question, do I remember, did Helpful Devil have to wait for Dustin Howell to find him?
He had to wait for Ghost Man to find. But yes, effectively, he had to wait till 2005. That's what you would have seen if you'd seen the other. You would have seen him getting his body. Yeah.
So,
That was the other prologue.
in that case, obviously, no pause jumper doesn't say anything.
But what is it that the helpful devil understands?
Helpful through this surprisingly unjaded facade.
Unjaded. Yeah, it's a jade face. I like it.
The helpful devil understands that the best thing he can do for the timeline is to wait. Hard though it may be, that is how he will help return things to normal.
He says, "Oh, of course I see. You're right. Well, I only want to help. But," he kind of gestures, and kind of now you sort of sense that Saint is still just trying to pound this woman into ground beef. And he sort of suggests, "You should take that amulet with you."
I will jump to between Saint and Tatiana.
Understood. So Saint suddenly, no pause jumper after that big thing, appears before you, which, granted to you, is a version of your father who has no face or arms or anything and just looks like a 6 foot tall rock.
But I still recognize him as my father.
Make a
Or
truth
is
is
there
out
just
there.
now
roll.
a rock in front of me? Like...
Make a truth is out there roll.
As
Okay.
as I pop up,
Yeah.
kind of like pop, like obviously like they're very close to each other, so I have to like push them back a little bit.
Yeah.
Can I like, as I'm popping up, like just yeet the amulet off of Tatiana Temple?
Ooh. Make another one with the rock roll. One with the rock roll.
It's a 5.
Yeah, you can do that, no problem. She won't even. That's not the defense she's doing right now. She's defended, so she doesn't protect that. Saint, what are you doing? What did you roll?
1 negative.
A -1?
Yeah, 1 negative. -1.
You.
I can't re-roll. I'm out of...
What's so fucking awesome about this is that you. I'm gonna go to both KJ and to Saint here.
Okay.
This thing has popped up in front of you, and you have no feeling that it is your father, but you also deep down don't get it, and you don't really like it, and you don't really think it's funny, and you can tell that people love this, but you don't, and you don't know why. You can tell that this is like a real popular thing, but there is this part of you that's like, I will go through this. As far as you're concerned, this is just another one of her evil conjurations.
I feel like realistically, if there's now just a giant rock in front of her, both Saint and Lumen, regardless of whatever was happening, would be like, what the hell? And then just try and go around the rock.
Understood. So you will not...
I feel like as angry as Saint is, I don't think she thinks she can just destroy solid rock with a swing and still hit, so she would have
Understood.
to redirect. Yeah.
Understood. So you will move, you will kind of curse and just kind of run around the side and attack again. You may attack again in that case. Although, actually, I suppose Grant and V, is there anything you two want to do? You have not taken specific turns yet.
So just to be clear, V,
that's possible.
I don't. Well, no, V didn't realize that it would destroy the Eldritch power.
Oh, that's true. V didn't.
Yeah.
Ooh, layers of complexity. I love it.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, does she see the amulet flying up?
He did.
Or is
Yes,
it-
the amulet was knocked off of. The amulet was not. Nopaz just said he was kind of pushing it off, so it has not been. He did not retain it, so it is
Sitting
flying.
on top of my
Oh, it's sitting atop. He did roll a 5 on that, so it is up top of that thing. What does Wanda want to do?
Can I go get it? Not in a sneaky, malicious way, but just to grab it and look at it.
Absolutely. And because you're sort of goat-like, I'll say you can scurry up the side of a mountain with like uneven footsteps or whatever. No rolls required for that. You can kind of also Wanda clearly climbs up humans all the time, so yeah, without any trouble, you're able to kind of get up there and grab that. So you can look at that. We'll kind of deal. That's like what you spend your action doing. Grant, what are you doing? As Saint prepares to commit a murder.
I think based off of what I know of how everyone's had their brains washed, I think I would try to get between. Yeah, I would try to get between this rock that just sort of threw Saint away from this evil witch, and I would try to put myself between it and Saint.
Understood. So you'll basically hold an action.
I'm basically going to try to. I'm just trying to protect Saint from whatever this giant rock is trying to do.
Understood. You're most suspicious of the rock, and the rock, let's be happy to say it, does not care for you. So Saint kind of spins around the side of the rock, maybe scraping it a little with the side of the mace, like, or the Morning Star, like as if like screw you, rock. But it's coming around to attack. Grant's also coming over to like protect you from the rock and stuff. But Saint, you do get another attack on Tatiana here. Oh my god, this is rough. Fuck me. That's dumb. What you got?
2.
Wow, that was a -3?
Yeah.
So Tatiana is, fortunately for her, and for your immortal soul, able to like kind of just like get herself out of the way a bit, and she's sort of trying to summon whatever magical abilities she sort of has left. I will also say at this point, before sort of she takes a turn, sort of like Whisper and various people having like, you know, conveyed with stuff, I'm just gonna say that Candymane knows who she is now too. They had a big talk behind the veil, and Candymane says, well, if you're all ready to try to go back to your timeline, I think it's being somewhat reset. So we can travel back and maybe we can, you know, get out of the astral plane from there.
I mean, we should try it, right, you guys?
With a stony-faced look, I think everyone understands what No Pause Jumper thinks. And
Nope, not everyone. Can guarantee it is not everyone.
Saint and Grant don't get it.
can I drop the stone form? Or I don't know. I mean,
yeah, it's fine. You can drop the stone form. Go ahead. Yes, obviously it's fine. They're clearly not getting it. The rest of the team, everyone who knows what's going on, they can intuit it, but the rest of them are kind of
Oh wait, so instead of a big old rock, it's No Pause.
Then
right
suddenly,
here now?
sort of No Pause appears as people are talking about going back to your own time.
Okay.
Which is nonsense.
Yes, absolutely. So Saint is going to very just kind of like scream in exasperation, and she'll just say, you know, Father, I don't understand. We had a mission to come here and defeat evil, and all you guys talk about is these alternate realities and these black magic ideas, and I am tired of trying to carry you guys back to the land of righteous.
Saint, we're the chosen ones, right?
Obviously, yes. You are the ones that have forgotten that.
No.
Only me and Grant came here, and I still have the same mission we came here with, and you all have lost your minds completely.
We were the chosen ones before we came here. Before.
Yes, that is how it works, Wanda. That is absolutely how it works.
And I was saying it's time to go home.
Okay, it's not that long of a walk. It's fine. We can come back here next week and finish destroying this place.
Candymane, you can take us home, right? Make the journey a little faster?
Well, I can. Oh. Yes. Wait, she remembers who she is, so she won't try to leave Nightheart behind. God, so many fun little nonsenses I could do. She goes, yes, I, sure. Oh yeah, she has propaganda. Wait, she'll make a propaganda roll. Wait, she's these dice.
Ooh.
Propaganda.
I believe it's a gaslighting roll. Is it?
I should have been called that.
That's gonna be that's a 6. So basically she just says to Saint, like, she kind of goes over to Saint, kind of, and Candymane, you know Candymane, she's like, yeah, Saint, if you recall, in all the stories, the chosen ones always join hands in a circle, and then they travel to wherever it is they're trying to go. It's a little present they give themselves. But it really is the only way. And people who do it often prove that they're not really good chosen ones, if they like don't go along with it.
That cannot be right. But I don't have any evidence to prove otherwise. So I will do this, but it is reluctant. But fine.
Okay, cool.
Can I walk over to Whisper?
Sure. I mean, you guys are all kind of rushing together and gathering. Tatiana Temple, with you sort of having this discussion.
Oh, I thought she got away. Saint would absolutely try and shoot her in the face, though.
She did get away.
Oh, okay.
I realized I hadn't rolled for that either. She made it. She escaped out somewhere into the astral, cursing her rotten luck.
She did.
So, V, what is it you're trying to say to Whisper?
I'm gonna just walk over, like, because we're gonna be in the circle, so I'm gonna walk over to her and hold the amulet and say, "What does this mean for Dustin?"
Oh,
leave me alone.
I mean, you're worried about Dustin. We used Dustin to defeat that big gray monstrosity. Is that thing still there? Is my question.
Exactly. Like, do we have a Captain Eldritch at all?
She's gonna say, she'll sort of reply, "Oh, I don't know. I thought our whole plan was to reset the timeline, not remove the power Eldritch from it completely. This is madness."
Because Captain Eldritch is, like, super powerful, and he helped us so much.
Yeah.
What are we gonna do?
Plus, without it, he's kind of a major douchebag.
I picked up on that.
I mean, with it.
In the other timeline, I realized that.
I'll have Whisper. Whisper would probably have a +3 or 4 to our Arcana. I'll just roll a. Yeah, she got. Whisper will sort of say, "I doubt the power Eldritch has been destroyed, but this changes everything, and I have no idea what kind of time we're gonna be returning to."
I guess we'll see.
So, you all gather hands and you're going to be willing to sort of venture forward.
I'll go and I'll grab the remains of the motorcycle and drag it over, and then grab Saint's hand.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say Saint would absolutely make sure she was next to Grant at the very least.
Yeah. So like
Thank you
one
for
hand
grabbing the
motorcycle,
motorcycle.
one
Yeah.
hand on Saint.
God, Candy Mane helped to convince.
Pockets?
Probably not. You just have fur.
Okay, I'm not. I'm gonna put the necklace on.
You are taking the necklace. Very good. Sort of.
You should put it on.
So as you sort of put it around your neck, it feels very warm. It feels very sort of like hellishly warm. And there's as you sort of wear it, you hear these kind of odd whispers in your ear, just going. But it's nothing to worry about.
Okay.
So as you
I'm gonna
guys
grab Whisper's hand, by the way.
understood. Oh, what are we going? Oh, thank God I'll be young again.
I'm definitely not grabbing the oldling's hand.
Yeah, I have multiple hands. I can also grab yours across.
Grabbing hand.
But not needed. Not needed.
Everyone kind of, as you guys all gather and you know, Teleportia will say, "I finally made it." Oh,
Just in time too.
Yeah.
Great job.
Just in time to get home, at least. Like.
So, with that, you all put your hands together, and Candy Mane sort of unlocks her +5, and we'll just say she does it. She manages to. Oh no! There could be consequence. People could get left behind. Actually, let's roll for that. That's a good idea.
Oh no.
NPCs, none of you guys.
Oh.
Old bean.
No, she rolls a 7. She gets everybody. It's fine. She rolls an epic.
All right. It's fine.
Who would you have been fine with, Saint? Oldling?
Oldling.
No, you all feel yourselves being like pulled forward, and reality sort of whipping around you. It is this like blinding, headache-inducing thing for all of you. V and Armament sort of understanding what's happening. You understand, kind of like are bracing for it. Saint and Grant, it is a pretty darn dissociative feeling as you sort of for a few moments exist outside time and space, but still retain consciousness despite having no identity. It's a lot. have some candy after this when it's over. There's a weird come down from this stuff. And as you guys sort of, you find yourselves standing in a strange and familiar-looking vault.
The vault?
Are we in it or on the outside of it?
You are standing within the halls of the vault.
Oh, thank God. I thought we were...
Also, all of you are in your current body, the bodies that you took into this place. You feel that you are, like, you look as you did in the real world, not these new forms from the astral plane. So Lumen and Findon, though you can retain some confusion, you now know who you are. It's like it might take you a second to, like, blink away the craziness, but you now know who you are. Armament, yes?
Immediately gonna say the necklace.
I'll take it off. I didn't have pockets.
I'm gonna lock it up. I'm gonna put it. I'm gonna find a nearest thing to lock it up.
You walk towards one of these sort of vault boxes, and your hand sort of passes through it. And then a familiar voice says, "Yes, unfortunately, I have not the power to conjure a fully interactive space. It is more and kind of synth devil appears around a corner in his black and red. I simply wanted you all to...
Does he look like how we left him?
Yes.
Okay.
I wanted to try to ease you back in, but we are still on the astral plane, TOPFLIGHT.
Just in current, are we in the proper timeline?
Yes. 2022. Because comics often take place in the year they're published.
Why is he bringing up comic books?
Never mind. I spent a different amount of time in the astral plane, but I wanted you to be in a familiar space as I try to convey things that only those of us here will understand. You see, the timeline that you are going back to is not the one you've left. You've dispersed the power eldritch at an appropriate point.
What is that? So?
Forgive my manipulations. I promise I only ever acted in good faith. I cannot act differently. Of that you have my word.
What did you do?
I'm pretty mixed on that statement.
he sort of steps around here and he gestures to sort of one of the vault cases, and you notice that vault case is a familiar one, especially to you, V. It once contained Maisie. Now, sitting within it is nothing. It's just empty. You see,
Empty.
as much as it may pain some of you to hear, in the end, everything that's happened, it's all been about Maisie, and it's all been about Dustin Howell.
I don't think that makes any sense.
That makes absolutely no sense.
Maisie is trapped.
No,
Clearly, everything we did had nothing to do with them.
thanks to what you...
AJ is
Well, other than
trapped.
Dustin Howe really helped us do
No.
a lot of stuff.
Thanks to what you have done, Maisie no longer exists in this reality. We have removed her and her taint elsewhere.
And her what?
The taint that she... Forgive me, Lumen, I forget how literal your language is. The infection that she has put upon these planes.
Okay.
I apologize, Lumen. I forget I must choose my words more carefully when I'm
I
around.
feel like the astral plane did a number on Lumen.
A lot
You
of
see-
things she's processing not well at the moment.
I must confess, I have always hated Dustin Howell. He was never worthy of the power eldritch, and his actions, his failures, such as creating that arcane abomination, the fleecing schemester. I could not allow my failures to go uncorrected.
Oh,
His failures?
Yes,
he's not here.
What did you do?
I have kept the power eldritch out of his hands for the time he would have gained it, and through whispers from the astral plane that I, and he kind of gestures to the amulet that Armament is holding, conveyed back to my former self, manipulated events for a more just, equitable, and magically balanced world in the future. For the most part, the world you know, the world you left, is unchanged, but I have removed many dark forces, and without Tatiana Temple, with her stuck in the astral plane, the world is less dangerous.
Wait, so are we even top flight? Tatiana Temple never killed Meridian and the rest. Are we even top flight?
That is a matter that it's time to discuss. Are you ready to re-enter the realm of the living?
Wait, is Tatiana's alive, right?
She is trapped in the astral plane. And though her escape sounds like the kind of thing that might really anchor a subsequent series of adventures for all of you to have, she has not been putting her taint all over the world. You know, she hasn't been rubbing her taint everywhere. Does that explain it, Lumen?
Oh my god.
Is she okay? Like, is she okay?
Yes, she is in the astral plane. Adrift, but safe as far as I know. He misunderstands the way you're asking that.
Yeah.
He's trying to assure you she's all right, and you're like, damn it. He'll say, nevertheless, if you're ready to return, you will see the state of the world that I could not have reformed without your assistance.
Sooner we get back, the sooner we see what the damage is.
I assure you there is no damage. You have provided great assistance. And with that,
Lumen is going to internally think, she's not going to say it out loud, but she's going to say, there's definitely damage within us.
Damage is in our hearts.
Whisper saying...
The real damage was the
Whispers kind of like...
stuff we did along the way.
Whispers like, this is crazy, no, this is all... And he's like,
We have to go back.
And he kind of gestures, and you do sort of see a portal sort of forming before you. And Teleportia's like, oh, cool, portal. And so as you all make your way through that, you find yourselves in Top Forum. Meridian is there, as is the Dinosaurian, Ice Queen, Shinobi Red.
Oh, that's gonna be super awkward.
Hold on, do we have her heart? Hold on.
Yes, and in fact, whichever you, I guess, Nightheart has her own heart. She put her heart in. Yeah, you guys were carrying that. Oh, also, Whisper is like trying to hide that thing that none of you even know she has. She's just like, slip this away. But sure enough, you guys have Shinobi's heart. And as you all step out of this, Shinobi sort of turns and says, oh, thank goodness, you've made it out of the world of darkness. Thank you so much, Top Flight West. And Meridian says, yes, we're really in your debt. We knew we could count on all of you. And the Dinosaurian's like, I still don't know why we couldn't have gotten it ourselves. Me. That's Dinosaurian's vibe. You guys never really met Dinosaurian, but that's the energy.
Lumen isn't asking this. KJ is asking this. I genuinely didn't expect that these people never would have died.
Because if Tatiana and Temple weren't around, then they wouldn't
legitimately didn't cross my mind. Just wanted to kill her. So is Baron alive?
Baron Darkness kind of steps out and goes, hey Lumen, I'm announcing my presence, just don't want to frighten you here. I know you don't like when I've snuck up on you. Hey Lumen, good to see ya.
Okay. That's a sign. All
I
right,
will-
So I was just rolling kind of like a yes or a no for me.
Okay.
If a positive was a yes, a no, negatives were going to be no. I just got 4 positives here. Lumen at the side of Baron is going to immediately start crying and hug him.
Oh,
Not
whoa.
Not even like a oh I missed you type of way. Just in a very just like crying, doesn't understand anything. Almost killed someone when she knew she shouldn't have. Just so many things are in her head.
Oh.
She sees a guy that she used to hate and is now alive and now has like weird questions about what she's willing to do.
Wow.
She would see him and cry and hug him and just sob hysterically. Just not even like in a cute way, just in a weird, confusing way.
You know what? Based on I think that Teleportia also kind of runs over it and sort of hugs him.
Oh, yeah.
And he's like, "Oh, hey, wow, okay, man, World of Darkness must have been. I figured that was going to be a place you wouldn't like, but gee whiz, okay, yeah, cool.
I think that there might be a little confusion.
Well, Vectron kind of like flies over and goes, "Look, by the by the knees of Vectron, I got to tell you, like." That's totally understandable. When you guys go through things like this, that's
about Vectron.
He's like, oh, hey, Armament, good to see ya. My suit buddy, right? Good to see you, man. Hey, how's it going?
Hey.
You all right? It was pretty rough in there. I'm sorry. I'm probably coming at you up here, and I should be more of a like, good job, you guys. Do you guys need anything? Should we call Top Chef?
Yeah. I think I need a sit and a drink.
Then it's Top Shelf. Findon, I love drinking with you at Top Shelf. Come on, man. And he like puts a hand around your shoulder and starts like guiding you back there. Armament,
Like,
I will
on
say.
Top Flight West?
You're
Yeah.
Top Flight West, yeah.
West, okay.
Yeah. So, but Armament, I will just sort of, just minor reminders of stuff. You do see him like buddying up with Findon, and there is this immediate just like.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Well, yeah. When someone you don't like is someone's friends with someone you don't like that person by it's a transitive problem.
Shinobi
No,
Red
okay.
says, "This is all. Oh, I see that you've emerged with. Hello, Molly." And she's like, "Oh, whatever, Mio. Just give her heart already." And
Yeah. We have.
Shinobi Red will get her heart back and say, "Thank you. I'm gonna go down to Top Care and get this put back inside right away because I really appreciate you guys handling this for me. It's been sort of touch and go here. She'll kind of like bow to you all with some reverence. I do really owe you one."
And Findon is just like taking all of this and is really just like, what?
Can I go? Is there a computer in the room?
Of course.
Can I go and look up like Top Flight West?
Of course. Yeah, you guys are Top Flight West. You're based out of Argyle, California.
Am I back?
No.
Argyle.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
you're back. You're a superstar.
Okay, I'm back.
You know what you are here? Wait a second. I have to do this right.
Oh no, Argyle.
Oh God.
You're back to the tune of you have 77.8 million followers on Instagram.
No. This.
How did you get to that number?
I googled Gal Gadot Instagram.
Fair enough.
This isn't right. Armament.
Yeah, I know.
Lumen wouldn't check, but KJ, what do we all have Instagrams? What are we?
You're all up there,
I
the
do.
Armament, if Armament and Findon have if anyone who doesn't want one has one that is just run by.
Yeah, like
I wanna
Synth Devil
start-
runs my Instagram and it's real weird.
Yeah.
Wait, no. I'm not talking about their social media. I'm talking about Top Flight West, like the Wikipedia of it.
Yeah, it's you guys. You were the first iteration. It was just started a few years ago with all of you. You were handpicked by Synth Devil, who was found. Well, it is awe, but it's also like because the secret. So he manipulated the timeline to have you guys. Yeah, it's not quite as so sweet. Yes, you were handpicked by Synth Devil to start the second branch. You're the other there's two Flight Infinity teams in California, being the Hollywood Knights and Top Flight West, which is you guys.
Where are we? Are
Hollywood
we ranked
Knights.
above the Hollywood Knights?
Oh yeah, you're the same level as top. Well, they're like a click
Okay.
above you, but yeah, you're like yeah.
1A, 1B.
Okay, now can I do a culture check and look for Dustin Howell? Not for romantic purposes. I just want to see like what happened to Captain Eldritch.
You may.
You should look up Captain Eldritch.
So yeah, you can look up Captain Eldritch, but if you want to look up Dustin Howell, you absolutely can. Go ahead and make a.
I'm gonna call Whisper over too.
Okay, Whisper's like, oh my god, yeah, this is gonna be faster than magic. Yeah, go ahead. I don't know anyone's codes here. So make your culture roll, and yes, go back to those other pages. There is another thing you guys.
So that's a 15 plus 5, so dirty 20.
So you were first looking up Dustin Howell, is that correct?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Great. Dustin Howell. You don't see any entries for him after 2004.
That could just be that guy thing.
2004.
Wait, 2004?
Yeah.
Oh, like. Oh.
Oh my
Is there a
god.
memorial page for
Oh
him
my
in
god.
2004?
Did the Red Sox not win the World Series in 2004 in this timeline? Did he kill himself?
Synth Devil is cruel, but not that cruel. He wouldn't take that away from the good people of Boston.
So while they were looking up the Wikipedia page for Top Flight West, so if there are the 5 of us,
Yeah.
who are the other 2 members?
There are only 6 members. It's the 5 of
Be
you.
Candyman.
Oh, no, Candyman. Oh, shoot. I gotta Candymane, but as soon as you guys are leaving, Candymane's like, I'm gonna go to their timeline. I think I know where, I think I'm safe to travel now. This is resetting close enough to the main line that things are fine. I'm gonna go find McFly.
Hi.
I'll come visit you guys again at some point, but I don't want to, so she actually left before you guys went in. I should put that on the recap.
Okay, well, bye.
Okay,
Can I now look up Captain Eldritch?
you can. Synth Devil is a member of your team. I'm actually going to decide that. So there are 7 members. So Synth Devil is a part of Top Flight West, as are the 5 of you. And the 7th member is Captain Eldritch.
Who is it?
I guess you
Right.
roll a culture check to see if you can find it out from the stuff. Otherwise,
2 questions about synth while she.
19. Sorry.
do you want to use a hero point
You
on that?
normally
'Cause that's
take
not-
longer.
Oh,
do your
yeah.
math.
I'll absolutely use a hero point.
Usually that would have taken longer. Yeah, exactly.
Wait, what do I roll? I haven't done this in so long.
Like, just roll, throw the D20 on top. We're almost done.
Literally throw all of them.
Sure.
Yeah, that's true.
That's probably the last roll you're gonna make.
15 on top of that.
A 15 on top of that.
34.
So you look at this picture of Captain Eldritch, and I was kind of gonna maybe try to have this be a reveal for the very end, but no, you're finding it out now. The Captain Eldritch of this timeline looks very
No.
familiar.
No. No.
Does-
And Whisper goes, "What the fuck?"
What?
And then she kind of looks at her hands, and they begin to grow green and purple.
Oh, God.
Oh, you gotta be fucking kidding me. I'm not on a superhero team. No. And Synth Devil goes, "Oh, no, you've always been a member of Top Flight Whisper. Don't you remember?" And kind of like moves aside, and she's like, oh, this is bullshit. No, fuck this shit. No, I'm not a superhero. I renounce my superhero time.
I say, Whisper. Calm down. We'll figure this out.
Fine.
Okay, so is Captain? Nope. Is Synth Devil on both teams, or he really is just?
He's only on your team.
Okay,
Who's the 7th
That-
member of Top Flight Regular?
got it.
Oh.
Does
I
he
don't-
look like?
Go ahead, Lumen. Do that. I'm gonna get ready to answer that question. That's fair. Go ahead.
Does he look like when we unleashed him, or before we unchained
He
him?
looks
whatever?
Unleashed. He's black and red. Oh, he never let himself get nerfed again in the timeline.
Okay.
Oh! Let's go for the, you know who it'll be? It'll be, hold on. Aklis. It's Aklis. Laura's character, Aklis, was the 7th member of TOPFLIGHT proper. Yeah, let's go with that. That's fun. She's there too. She walks in and she's like, "What did I miss? I'm not as edgy here because my life was better."
Hi.
Her power is
I'm not as edgy here.
Her power is still poison, though, right?
Yeah, but she's like, "Yeah, oh yeah, my power's poison, but I'm able to use like poisons that like just barely knock people out, you know." And also, as anyone knows, the dose determines the poison. Like, I can create anything that's poisonous, you know? Like, even, like, she, like, you know, like, she conjures you, like, a perfect scotch. You know? Just a little
She's
poison.
basically just like a walking pharmacy.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
Fuck.
Basically, Meridian sort of says, well, this is great. I really do love when both of the TOPFLIGHT teams can kind of come together and work. And I'm really not pushing this, but also pray. If anybody, you know, we are going to do a circle of a prayer circle for any of you guys who want to come.
Fucking forgot about this too.
But you know, it's kind of good stuff. Oh, and Ghost Man is here too. I stopped listing them because too much stuff was going on. Ghost Man's like,
what do you
hey,
mean,
guys.
Philip? Please have the 15 different NPCs in the room right now all say hello to us.
Also, I say hello. Good to see you guys. It's good to see everybody. Oh, here, should I do my joke where I shake your hand but I go through it? Cool. Hey, Whisper. And she's like, hi, Ghost Man.
Do they know her as Whisper and not as Captain Eldridge?
Yeah, they call her like the way that some of you guys call each other, because her code name was Whisper before she was, you know, Captain Eldridge.
Got it.
She's like, hi, Ghost Man. What? Why do I know Ghost? This is crazy. Meridian's like, well, yeah, but I think it would be really good for us to, take some time and now that nothing's really happening at the moment, beep, beep, beep. Oh. And everyone's like, Meridian. She's like, I'll put $100 in the jar to charity. I that was my fault. Sorry. TOPFLIGHT West, you guys can take a breather. We'll go handle this volcano eruption in, Paris. That's a problem. Yeah. All right. To a Top Gun. And they sort of all go to, get into a thing, leaving you all around Top Forum.
Forgot about the Top Guns too. We're so stupid. And delightful way.
I sit down and just...
Yeah, Lumen is sitting on the floor, back against the wall, staring into space while silently sobbing.
And basically, as he goes, Baron Darkness, it's so good to see you. I really let's hang out really soon. I'm so happy to see you too, Lumen. Teleportia, it's so good to see you. All right, guys, stay positive. Everything's great. We're all the heroes we want to be. Amazing. All right, let's go. And you guys all sort of rush off. So now you're all just sitting there, and Synth Devil says, see, everything is excellent now. The power Eldritch is in the hands of one who respects it. You all are vital members of the superhero community. And some of the greatest threats to the timeline are not present on this plane. Everything is working out for the best.
Did the TOPFLIGHT Wikipedia article rank us by order of seniority?
Interestingly, you guys are all equal because you were all there from the inception.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Lumen kind of in between sobs and not actually looking at Synth, still just staring off. Well, she'll ask, Synth, is it... Tatiana said that the timeline we had before was manipulated by a different evil. Was that true?
Yes. Maisie was much more of a problem than was given credit for, and her connection to the power Eldritch was dark, but is now irrelevant. Though she still exists, she is not in our cluster of the multiverse. So, I would urge you to think as little about Maisie and what became of her as possible, to keep her sequestered somewhere safe. She's no longer our concern.
Speaking of things that are our concerns, Devil, do you happen to have... Would you at some point be able to provide us with a full list of discrepancies between the timeline from which we originally came?
Of course, Armament. I'm only here to help. On this moment of great confusion, unless anyone has anything they really want to do, I think that's where we're going to end the main story, but I'm going to give you guys a couple of very brief epilogue pages.
Do we have rooms in Top Flight East, I guess? Like, do we have a room?
There's guest rooms you can stay in, but like you guys are going to take a Top Gun
yeah,
back
I was just
to,
wondering,
you know,
yeah.
You're going to take the WestJet back to your cool campus and your cool sunny campus in Argyle. However, we're going to do... I'm going to give you two little epilogues. The first is a guy who's just is a tiny little arcane abomination, sitting and watching TV. Who goes, "What the hell? Oh man, those. He sort of pauses a very interesting scene of a rat woman sitting at a table in kind of like a Victorian house, like talking to like a little ghost boy. Like, that's weird. He kind of creeps to the edge of the attic, goes to the door, goes, "There's someone out there? I just felt another heebie-jeebies." The fleecing schemester turns the doorknob and opens the door to the attic to see that he is standing in a massive black void. Well, that ain't great. Hello? Hello? Oh, man. Oh. Well, that seems like a tomorrow problem. Let's keep watching. He sits back on the couch and continues watching the show. Not noticing that briefly sitting behind him in the corner, sort of watching him, is a small, red-haired doll, just sort of taking in his plight. It almost seems like the doll is now smiling. He turns around and looks, but there's nothing there.
That is upsetting.
Epilogue 2. A man in a Red Sox cap wanders through a strange field. This is, alright, enough, is this another, what is it you even training me for? I don't understand. I literally feel like we've been doing this for, decades at this point. Are you there? Hello? He's in this field that's, glowing rainbow colors. What do you want from me? I'm getting sick of this. Are you even there? Hello? And then he sort of suddenly instinctively turns and shoots this blast of magical energy, which is deflected by a 25-year-old woman with 80s fashion sense smoking a cigarette. Oh, shit. There you go. You're getting almost passable. And it hasn't been decades. It's been about 18 years, so don't be so dramatic. Yeah, I'm the one being dramatic. You dragged me in here for no reason. I've been whatever this astral space for the past 18 years. I don't know why. Because I'm trying to get you into shape. Whatever. I mean, look, you're a good lay, so I'm fine with it. But, I gotta say, this has been, a really weird thing. Patience, my handsome little idiot. You have undeniable magical charisma, and we're going to use that to our advantage. Yeah, but, I don't see why you brought me here. Because we were both wronged by a devil, darling. And soon, we're going to get sweet, sweet revenge. Alright, well, I guess there's no arguing with you when you like this, so, can we just, maybe, conjure the fantasy of a baseball game after this? Of course, darling. Just a few more hours or years or whatever time is passing of training, and then we can watch another one of your precious Red Sox games. Can we do the one where they win the series? Of course, my handsome little idiot. Whatever you want. I hate it when you call me that. I'm actually very intelligent. Not compared to me, darling. No one is. Jesus Christ. Dustin sort of considers, man, it's probably the crazy that makes her a good lad. Whatever. It's all right. Let's go again. And with that, we end Templeflight issue 10, which was wind up being a bonus-sized issue. Okay, now, I want to take a moment here to say, I do feel like this might have become more complicated than it should have, and I do apologize. I think I had some player confusion there. So please ask me any questions you like if stuff is still not making any sense. Happy to answer all of that. I also, at the same time, we won't talk for too long, and I want to thank everyone for watching, etc., etc. This was super fun. Is this so off the rails? I apologize, but Synth Devil's been planning this since session 1 of the whole thing. I didn't know that it would be this thing.
Serious?
Synth Devil's whole plan, it was he'd manipulated the timeline to bring you here. It was all a thing of the nuts and bolts, and I'll be honest, it didn't always used to be that he hated Dustin Howell specifically, but I got onto that pretty quick. But I do just want to mention once again, in the end, it was all about Maisie and Dustin Howell.
Yep. That's really weird. In a good way. Wow. What a...
So yeah, if anybody has any questions to literally explain stuff, I apologize. Also, it is kind of always dumb to do time travel stuff because there's weird questions about points of inflection and degree. So if there's stuff that doesn't make sense, the answer might just be, I messed up and it doesn't make sense. But please ask any questions that I have.
If anyone in the chat has any questions.
Oh yes, please, chat
ask
as well.
as well.
Yeah, please throw those out there as well.
Because if we're confused, I don't have any. I think it had a nice resolve. I think I will leave it. I'll probably text you like
of course
12 times tomorrow.
Well, or do it on Discord so people can see it if it's stuff you don't mind people seeing.
I feel like it was better to have remembered Meridian than to have met her.
She's not like rough about it. Like she's a very like, you know, like
it's almost worse.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like, she's... You never disagree... Well, I'll phrase it like this. You might disagree with who she's supporting in a primary, but you never disagree with who she's supporting in a presidential election, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
It does.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know exactly that kind of person.
Yeah. But her religion, like, does Meridian pray in a restaurant? Yes, she does. But, like, she's not super judgmental. She's, like, you know, she donates to Planned Parenthood. Like, there's clear, like, you know, like, she's...
Oh, man.
I love Meridian. It's tricky.
Wow, it's been a year.
It's been a year. Been a year of this madness.
Happy anniversary, everyone.
Happy anniversary of this. Yeah, a year of Top Flight. The Top Flight games happened and things were interesting, and then Templeflight happened and we did our time loop. You've always got to do a dystopian future thing. That's my thing. This didn't really feel like a Days of Future Past at the end because most of the astral plane, but I'm down with it. But you also... Things would have been very different had you taken her out, but not the Power Eldritch. Because like that would have led to a completely different timeline that I may keep as an alt timeline that you guys can like find and intersect with at a different time. That would have been so by basically doing doing Synth Devil's manipulative nonsense, you ensured this timeline of his ideal design with no Maisie. I have to say, the fact that when you guys chose that in my head, I was like, oh, this makes Blood from a Stone so fun. I'm so excited. But yeah, so very good. Any other questions we want to ask now, or also we can sort of sign off and talk about that in the future, of course. Very good. Well, then I will simply say thanks so much to my players, those here and not present. We are going to be back in 3 weeks. We'll be back with a new game, a Star Wars game. That'll be on both Sundays and Mondays. We'll have 2 separate Star Wars games running. Going to be super fun. We'll be announcing lineups and all that of those. I'll probably, on one of these Mondays or Tuesdays for the next weeks, I'll probably pop on and just kind of talk about all that before those start on May 1st and May 2nd. Until then, you can keep watching on Tuesdays for the rest of April. On Tuesday nights, you can check out all the fun we have in Grey in the Dark, our noir game at 7:30. And then on Fridays, you can come and check out Blood from a Stone, which... That changed some things in Blood from a Stone.
Is that now another domain of dread, like its own domain? Like, what is that like? Oh, I can't wait to find out.
Yeah.
Don't answer anything.
I'm not answering about it. Yeah, there's some for fleet. Basically, this is the thing I will say is the fleecing schemester was like, I just want to watch the horror and never be threatened by it, and like that's the deal he made with Maisie. And Maisie's like, sure, no problem, knowing that like, yeah, you're gonna get pulled in. Don't worry, poor fleecing schemester.
You're coming home with me.
I'm bringing you home, baby. All right, so with that, I want to say thank you one more time to all the players. Thank you everyone for watching. Yes, go ahead.
Also, well, do you want to go over all of the subs and everything?
Oh my God! Oh yeah, do we have stuff tonight?
Yeah, Minnesota Twins resubbed for 6 months now.
Oh, thank you so much. We love having you in the community, Minnesota Twins. It's so awesome.
They also gifted a sub.
Oh, thank you.
And then Apostrophe This gifted 5 subs.
Oh my gosh. Thank you for gifting those subs, guys. That's so kind of you to do. That's so appreciated in the channel.
Yeah, we had a hype train too. Thanks for everyone.
Oh wow! I was not looking at chat tonight, so yikes. I have no idea what's going on.
I figured out how to join a hype train for the first time.
Thank you for joining the hype train.
So congratulations to me.
Was there something major going on that distracted you, Philip?
In the game tonight?
Yeah.
Nah, it was pretty. This is a pretty light one. I gotta tell you guys, boy, I'm like looking forward to reliving this, but writing this one up is gonna take me so damn long. The recap of this. Oh, so yeah, and also join our Discord, our socials, go to our About page, all that fun stuff. But I basically am going to say this time, sort of to honor the desires of this, since you guys have really earned it. Thank you so much for watching. We will see you in a few months when Top Flight West Issue 1 begins in a few months' time. But until then, thank you and have a top night.